I just wanted to know, okay, what was the Sony's turnover last year? Could you give me some, and what is the growth expected in the current year?
Okay, since our Sony headquarters has not announced the performance of this year, I'm not in the position to disclose this to you today. Maybe end of April time, since our financial year closes end of March, I can arrange separate session.
Last year's, last fiscal's announcement, you can at least...
Last year turnover was 35 billion Indian rupee. Since today is a BRAVIA conference, I'd like to request you to ask me about any LCD business or BRAVIA or television related.
I have a question. 35 billion rupees that you said was for Sony India last year?
Yes.
Or Sony India?
Yes.
And no expectations for this year at all?
Now, at the moment, I'm not in the position to answer that.
Okay.
I can answer about LCD or BRAVIA, whatever related to the television today.
This marketing investment that you said, 700 million, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is that for LEDs or
LCD?
LCD, yeah.
BRAVIA only in
That's
2009,
okay.
and we are going to double it to 1.4 billion in 2010.
Okay. What about overall all the products? What is the marketing investment?
Overall investment, we have a 2 billion. 2 billion in 2009, and we are going to increase 20 to 25% toward 2010.
Okay, in India?
Yes.
With the target of 800 units you are targeting this fiscal, you said. Is it correct, sir?
Yes, correct.
So with the could you give me the brief idea of how much the BRAVIA range would contribute to the overall turnover?
BRAVIA contribution to overall Sony India, 35だっけ? 30%.
It's the single largest contributor to the Sony India's turnover in the country?
I beg your pardon?
BRAVIA is the single largest contributor to the overall revenue of the company in India?
The BRAVIA is the biggest contribution as a single category in India, and that is 30% of the total, 35% to the total revenue.
Since you are targeting about the double the market share, that contribution would further go up?
Excuse me, we are not targeting double the market share. Our market share in 2009 is at 25%, and our target 2010 is 30%. Yeah, absolute quantity we aim to double, but the market also grow 70%.
But in absolute, since absolute quantity also is doubling, the
Yes.
contribution would remain the same level, or it will further go up?
Are you asking about contribution?
Yeah, from BRAVIA's contribution to the overall.
Okay. The 35% contribution, is that the 2010? Am I right? Yeah. I think 2009, it is approximately 30%. So BRAVIA contribution 2009, 30% to increase 35% in 2010. So this is a most important strategic category for us.
Yes, we have.
I have a question. There is a lot of clutter in the flat panel television market. So what exactly will Sony do to educate the consumers about the USP of Sony BRAVIA? How is it better? How is it different from competitors' products? And what initiatives are you going to take to educate the consumer about that?
Okay. Yeah, that's very good question. That's why we increased drastically our marketing investment from 700 million to 1.4 billion. Where we invest this money is not only TV commercial. We are using the press advertisement as well as the internet, and more important thing is the shop front. Yeah, we are going to arrange the so-called gondola display. Gondola display, not in the normal LCD corner. We'll set up the special promotion corner with our own promoter to communicate with the consumer the superiority of our product. And also, I want as many as possible Indian consumer to feel and touch our 3D new world. After this session, we'll invite you to watch our amazing 3D experience. So that experience I'd like to provide to as many as consumers in India.
So my question is, what is the initial price range that you put start? And also, I'm sure this must have been launched internationally. So how is it taking up internationally in terms of 3D television? Because it would be a fairly new concept to India, but we could take cues from the overseas market probably.
Okay. You're asking about price of 3D?
Yeah, for the 3D. And would it start from all your price range?
Okay, first of all, we are going to launch 3D at the same time global basis. Earlier, not only Sony, many other consumer electronics manufacturers launched the latest technology in United States, Europe, and Japan only. And 1 year later, 2 years later, they bring that technology to the developing country, emerging country like India. But now we change our, the mode. So I think almost same week in the global basis, we launch 3D. So Indian consumer will watch this 3D, enjoy this 3D at the same time all the consumer in the globe. Then what is the price starting from 3D? As far as 3D is concerned, okay, 3D is one of the very strong, the marketing pillar of BRAVIA this year. But we are going to invite you again for the 3D press conference in the month of June, yeah? So that time, I can disclose the price and everything to you. So please take note of this on your diary. And
Are you looking at all the markets, or would you be test marketing it in particular cities, or would you be launching it all across, even in the semi-urban markets?
Okay, this is, it is not mass product, mass market. So we have to choose carefully, not city, the outlet-wise, who is capable to sell 3D product, or who has such a high-end customer. So that is, our channel strategy or area strategy.
This gentleman here.
You're launching 3D television worldwide, you just said.
Yeah.
But 3D content as such is quite a problem world over, not just in India. Comparatively in India, there is hardly any 3D content. So how does Sony plan to push a sale of its 3D television when there is no content?
Very good question. At the moment, no hardware, no software. It is like a chicken and eggs. Am I right? But Sony, we have both of chicken and eggs. I don't know which one is chicken and which one is eggs. But as I told you, we have Sony Picture Entertainment. Yeah? A lot of millions of contents in the Hollywood movie and the cartoon, whatever. Right? And we have the PlayStation. And both of them, they plan to launch very attractive contents in 3D format. Before, at the same time, when we launch the new product. That is our uniqueness and the absolute advantage as compared to the competitor.